Hello guys, once again it's Matt, and today we have another video. Thank you all the members, all the patrons. Make sure to subscribe and let's get into it, guys. Yes, another video, guys. Sorry for spamming a lot of videos, but I prefer to do a lot of these videos instead of just doing one of a 30-minute long. So this way you can actually just enjoy the type of video you want. So you want to talk about the SMT, we talk about the SMT in 8 minutes or less. You want to talk about the Hungarian vehicles, like in this one, we talk about the Hungarian vehicles, and you don't have to actually try to find in the middle of the video, okay? So that's why. So yeah, I want to do a video talking a little bit about the PSO as well. This is the Leopard PSO, but it will probably be a very short one. I don't know if I'm going to talk about it, but still, we have the Hungarian vehicles, guys. So let's take a look on them a little bit and talk about how we can see some very interesting ones, okay? So the first one that appears over here, it's this one little like car thing from the like 20s or 30s even. It is basically the Saba, I think it's called Saba or something like that. It is a very, very small vehicle with a 20mm. It probably will be like a reserve kind of situation or something like that. And then this thing appears. This is the links. Here we have all the photos of everything, or not the photos, all the vehicles. So this is the links, okay? It is very similar to something like the Puma, okay, with the cannon and stuff. The mobility, everything like that should be similar to that, but with a very, very interesting missile. It is, I would consider an IFV, infantry fighting vehicle, or something like that, you know? Like it's not a vehicle that you would be able to just fight a lot of tanks, but it has these missiles that are very, very strong. So uses the Spike LR2 missiles, so very, very strong. And of course it has the autocannon, a 30mm or 35 normally, and of course coaxial stuff. So it is pretty interesting. This missile can be very, very deadly, I think. So it depends maybe on the variant that they add or something like that, but it should be very, very capable of destroying tanks. Without it, of course, it will not be as capable, obviously, I mean, just because the autocannon is not enough. But it should be like a Puma, kinda, with the Spike missile. So very, very interesting. We have a Leopard 2A4 over here. Normal Leopard, nothing crazy. I think you will have basically the same level of armor and the same level of ammunition as well. We have the T-72M1 as well, same T-72 that we already have in the game. The BTR-80A, yes, they use the BTR-80A as well. Then right here, I think it's the Turan or whatever the name is, a vehicle that is already in the game, and this one is already in the game as well. So not a lot of unique vehicles that they're showing in the Hungarian tech tree here, but I think it's a very good thing. Think about it. If they actually holded this thing and added to, or especially or specifically for the October update, people would complain, right? Because it is going to be a lot of copy paste. That's the thing. It will be a lot of copy paste. Of course, we have here I'm not gonna mention too much about it, but we have here the Chaparral, which is a very, very interesting AA system. Don't expect this thing to be OP or anything like that. It uses like AIM-9Ds or Gs depending on the variant. So it is very like mid-Cold War kind of situation, right? So it is not going to be better than the other AAs that we have, the Panzer or whatever. It is not that good, but it is pretty interesting for lower tiers. It should be like a Strela that we have in the game already, right? The interesting part is that 3 nations can have this one: Israel, the US, obviously, who made the system, and China. So hopefully, at least for Israel, they add it together with the US, because Israel is, I think, the main nation that needs AA systems right now. Even though the Chinese always can receive something, the US as well, right? But the Israelis are the ones that need the most AA systems of all. And I mean, it's not enough for a whole video, right? Let's just talk about the Leopard. The Leopard 2 PSO. So apparently this is confirmed to be the PSO, not the 2A7. And I couldn't find a lot of information on this tank, okay? I prefer to remain a little bit silent about it, and just wait to see how it is in the game to actually proper see and talk about it. But it is a very interesting tank. It is basically a 2A5 that is, it has basically applique armors. So you can see the skirts and everything. It is a new ERAs and stuff. So it is very, very much a urban kind of situation or package for the Leopard 2A5, okay? So it's supposed to have the small gun as well. Like here we can have the BTR-80A, but everything else is pretty much the same, right? Of course, we have the Kiowa over here. Nothing too crazy to talk about that. And this video is more focused on the tanks. We have the Saba or whatever the name is. Here we have a proper look in the links, you know, the proper cannon over here. You can see that it's a very similar cannon to the Puma. The armor should be a little bit better. As you see, it feels like it is a little bit better. The camouflage is very, very cool as well. And you can see the missiles over here and a coaxial. I think it's a 50 cal, but I couldn't confirm it. So yeah, very, very interesting. The PSO again. Of course, I think this is the, what? Is this the Chaparral shooting? Let me, yeah, it's the Chaparral. So yeah, the Chaparral, as you see, it will be a normal launch system. As you see, it's using the tractor M270 or M720, something like that. It's called this tractor. But yeah, basically it's a tractor with a little, or a small truck, if you will, or whatever. Not even that small. I mean, look at the size of the heads of the guys compared to the side of the thing, right? But yeah, the launcher system up there to actually launch the AIM-9. So very, very cool. And then we have the Mi-8 there. So yeah, guys, I don't know. I feel like the Hungarian tech tree will come to the Italians. I don't see a reason to come to the Germans, even though, yes, we have some German tanks. We have the Lynx, for example, which is a German tank, but I'm pretty sure the only user of the Lynx is the Hungarians for now, I think. I don't know if it's this one or another version of it. I don't know. I don't remember exactly, but still, it is one of the main users for that. But still, even with that, the Italians are the one that need the most help with tanks, aren't they? I mean, they only have the Arietes, they only have very limited tanks normally. So I just think it's a good idea to add it for the Italians. And of course, I think it's kind of obvious. The Italians are already there, right? They are already there. So yeah, and I'm pretty sure that the PSO will be for the Germans anyway. So I mean, the Germans are getting another Leopard 2, man. The Italians should deserve something, right? The only question that remains is that will it be only a tank tech tree, sub tree for the Italians, or will it be an aircraft one as well? Because the aircraft in particular kind of scares me, because in the tank department, of course, a T-72M1, it's not a top tier anything. It's very good, but it's not gonna change the meta or anything like that. We already have a lot of these T-72s in like 4 countries, or 3 at least, and this will be the 4th. The Leopard 2A4s and stuff, it's okay, but in the air we have kind of a problem, because not only the Italians can receive the Eurofighters, and it's already using the F-16 that will have MRAMs in the future. If they actually add an air tree for the Hungarians, MiG-29s will be added. Nothing too crazy, it will be the normal 912 versions, but it's a question. MiG-23s, MiG-21s, like, is it a good option to add these aircraft for the Italians or not? Is it too weird or whatever? It's a discussion that we need to have, you know? I think it's okay, because it's always aircraft that are not top tier or slightly not that good, or maybe, you know, export models of MiGs or stuff like that. So I don't mind it. Like they would use the MiG-23 MF, if I'm not mistaken, and the MiG-21 MF and stuff like that, right? Or early variants of the MiG-29, and with the SMT being added, it will be lacking a little bit compared to the SMT, right? So it doesn't create that problem. So I personally don't see a problem with it, but do you? Leave it in the comments. And what do you think about the Hungarian tanks? Do you think it will be something very interesting to come for them or not? For now, we can only see that, but we might see a very interesting tank in the Hungarians, the Leopard 2A7 Plus. They actually are using it or buying something like that. So Would you mind seeing the Italians getting a 2A7, for example? I think this is the question, because it's not the Italians itself, it's the Hungarians, and everybody will need to, you know, research the whole Hungarian tech tree, but I don't know, it feels weird, I gotta be honest. I don't know if I feel like United European tech tree would be better or not. I have to think about it, but it is odd. But it's already happening in the game in minor, quote-unquote minor nations, right? It's already happening in the Swedish tech tree, for example. So, I don't know. I don't see much of a big issue on it. But, as I said, let me know in the comments what you think, and I see you guys on the next one. I don't know if I'm going to do another video today. Maybe. Probably. If you guys want to. So, leave it in the comments, okay? Bye. See ya.